Well, hello, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox Jar, on the show this evening. It's Rangers at home to Livingston in the quarter-final of the League Cup. Joining me, as I said, is the one and only Albert and their mucker, Juicy Bear. How we doing, boys?
Fantastic, mate. How are you to?
Good evening. Good evening. Good to be back.
Here. How's it going, Albert? Recovered?
Smashing, mate.
Adventure?
Yeah, go home at 2 o'clock in the morning after a detour a few places, but we got there. We got home. Broke into the emergency rations and everything.
I wouldn't like to guess where you went, mate, but I'll leave that to the listeners. How are you, Juicy?
Yes. Yeah, pleased to be back. Pleased to have another match to watch tonight. And looks like there's a few Rangers players that we recognise that have managed to make the starting lineup tonight. So that is good.
Can I? We'll talk about it more tomorrow night because this is a match night. But can I just pay tribute and give all my thoughts and prayers and wishes our way, the family and friends of the late great Jim Forrest. What a goal scorer, one of our own, and a guy that will be forever remembered amongst the Rangers support for a long, long time. For his record of scoring goals was just unbelievable. But sad news today, Albert.
Aye, it was really sad. Condolences to him and to his family. So sorry to see him go. A great Ranger.
Aye, we'll talk about Jim tomorrow night. But I believe this will be a trial. You've been practicing, Albert. I believe you've been all sorts going on in your life at the moment, all sorts of firsts, and you've got today's team.
I certainly have. And I believe a deep conversation with the technical staff here, we believe it's a 1-4-2-3-1, right? And it goes like this: Butland, Tavernier, Golson, Davis, Ridvan, Lundstrom, Jack, Cifuentes, Lammers, and Sima, and Roof up front. Substitutes: McCorry, Suter, Dessa, Sterling, Wright, Balogun, Barisic, Rice, and McKinnon.
Juicy Bear.
Well, pressure has just rolled on, hasn't it, Ox? You know, it's another must-win, and it's an absolute must-win. No, it's the least attractive of all the things we're in, tournament-wise. But we got to go and win this because he's game by game at the moment, as far as the manager goes. Made a few changes there, but good to see Roof and Seamer back in because we're a little bit short on the attacking options, Ox.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, obviously, Danilo is injured. We've not got the creativity of Lawrence and Cantwell. Dessers, Albert, it's not shown a lot if we're being kind, yeah?
Yeah. He's shown nothing, let's be honest, mate. He's shown nothing.
I was being kind.
Well, I know. It's he's scored goals and he's set up a couple of goals as well. It was pointed out the other night, and that's the minimum that's required of him. We were expecting a lot more for him. The way Beale was going on about chasing him and getting him in, but anyway, he's on the bench tonight, so some might say that's the best place for the boy for now. But I'm looking forward. Seamer and Roof, to my mind, started gelling a wee bit, looked a wee bit if they could actually play together. So I'm hoping that continues tonight. Lundstrom and Jack in the middle of the park seems a bit overcautious to me, but who else have we got to put in there?
We've got a lot of options, really, if we're honest, mate.
It's true, mate, but I think Cifuentes, Lammers, Seamer and Roof will be told, get up that park and destroy this mob. Get up there and stay up there and don't start come back because we've got enough back here to cover it, and Livingston's going to throw at us. You would imagine that's going to be the case. We thought that was Motherwell right enough.
Mr. Fox has come in with a 4-3-1-2, so imagine these two up fronts, Roof and Seamer, with Lammers behind, and then it's Cifuentes on the right, Lundstrom in the middle, and Jack in the left. And I just wonder and I worry where the width's going to come from. If we're relying on my two fullbacks again, I don't get it and I don't understand it. Juicy.
Well, I failed to predict and understand the way we set up in any of the matches so far this season, Ox. It's been quite hard to predict. Of course, the personnel changes don't help. But playing two holding players, you could argue three holding players with Lundstrom as well, against Livingston at home, there are still some bench options, but I appreciate we are a bit reduced. But you're trying really hard not to predict how this match is going to go, but there's already concerns that it's going to be a very slow pace with what we've got in that team. And I know Matondo was certainly not the best winger we've had at this club, but I think he's looked perhaps better than some would have thought, but then he's really the only winger we've got. When you bring Scott Wright on at the weekend, he plays in a midfield role, just shows you how up the creek things are at the moment, Ox. However, there's still an opportunity to do well tonight. We did well against Livingston last time we played them, and we have got a clinical scorer up front.
So, help me out here, Albert. We've dropped the guy who was outstanding at the weekend.
Scott Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what we were told he was outstanding. What we were watching was a completely different game from what Mr. Beale and his coaching staff are maybe watching, because I don't think he was outstanding. But if he said he was outstanding and then they proceed to drop him, what's that about? I don't understand that. It's just the way things seem to be at the moment. You know what I mean? There's no obvious thing that he's playing well, he's a right winger, we'll play him because he's playing well, and play him on the right because he is a right winger. It doesn't work that way in this club at the moment. It's just anybody can play anywhere. The only reason Butland is in goals is because he's the one with the gloves. But apart from that, the rest of them can be anywhere. I don't know. I really don't understand what's going on. I don't. And
he's also
I'm
6'5", and nobody's going to take them off him.
I'm playing in goals and that's it.
Right, I'm going to give you the Livingston team, and then we'll get the phone lines opened, if that's all right with you two, gentlemen.
Love it.
Yeah, they've got George in goal, Aberboya, Kelly, who used to play George, Stephen Kelly, nice player, Mackay, Brandon, Jason Holt, who we know, Joe Nobley, De Lucas, Sean Kelly, Guthrie, and Penrice. Yeah, that's our starting 11. I mean, we've got two players that we know well. Jason Holt was a neat and tidy player for us. But he's our captain, and that you're going back now 7 years ago when Jason Holt signs for us. We should be our midfield, should be on the top of them, making chances, and then we should score goals. But just say it's not happening before we have the phone lines opening.
No, it's not happening at all. They don't score goals. They get one goal a game, and we struggle because we can't finish teams. And that's actually been the story for a couple of seasons, Ox. And Livingston is the only team we've actually beat well this season. They're having a poor season themselves. But we'd all take 3 Bridgemen to win this tournament, the quarter-final, semi-final, and the final. But we know it's not good enough in the long run to win this league. This League Cup is all it is a little cup to win. It's a nice to have. It's not the league. We're in it. We want to win it. We want to do well. But he's not going to be here if he doesn't win the league. League Cup will certainly hold things at bay for him. He's got to win every match this year to remain in this job.
All right, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, a unique club, Albert. I mean, 3 games in a row we've won, and still the pressure's mounting. We've no popped it with victories, mate, because we've got standards.
Oh, well, definitely standards, mate, and we're not getting anywhere near these standards. We're well short of these standards, and it's everybody's looking. We're looking at the games, and we're looking at the game we're playing in at the moment, and we're looking beyond it. It's the beyond bit that everybody's expecting this to fall apart. We're all expecting this. We see the inevitable coming, and he seems to be blundering about thinking everything's okay. And his wee guy Banfield seems to think everything's okay. Well, it's far from okay. I mean, you can't get away with the way we're playing forever. You just can't. No team can. It's not just Rangers. No team can. And that's the thing. But if he keeps on winning, we've said it before, mate. If he keeps on winning, that's what will keep him in a job. He just needs to keep on winning, and he got that right. I have to say, when Banfield said it's all about winning, he's right. It is all about winning, and we can greet and moan about performances all we want. But first and foremost, I'd like to greet and moan about a performance after we win. I'd hate to greet and moan about a performance when we get beat. That's another kettle of fish altogether. But just keep winning, and they're winning at the moment. You can't argue with that. You've got to give credit where credit's due. We are winning the games, but it's no good to watch. It's definitely no good to watch, and it's no good for your heart either.
No. The changes tonight. What was your rationale? We seem to be really short. Attacking options. Juicy.
Well, aside from who he's starting tonight, he'd have to delve into the B team if you wanted other forward players, because Dessers is absolute mince. So, as Albert said, it's absolutely crucial that he didn't start tonight. But you look at how well the B team's performing at the moment. Maybe
Are you referring to the Dessers that was a hero of the weekend?
Yeah, he didn't know. He didn't know anything about that goal, my friend. It could have been you or me standing there, and it bounced off us.
That wouldn't have happened with me. I'd have flicked it up, and then he did it on me.
Yeah, Davy Cooper style. It's we all want these guys to do well, but you've got to start calling it out when these guys are repeatedly underperforming. And we've got a used car salesman of a manager, and that absolute debacle of a press conference yesterday with his right-hand man. Less said about that, the better, my friend. But there's still an opportunity for him to do well. And okay, the one thing I'll give him, and it's the same for Gio last season, is that we've got some key players out injured again. And sometimes you have got to get down and dirty, and you are going to have some, particularly in our league, some really poor matches where you've just got to eke out the win. And that was the weekend. But I've never seen such a reaction to winning a game in terms of so negative. But we all know that we need a higher level of performance to beat some of the teams in this league, and obviously what we play in Europe. But we've already lost the league leaders. That's why everyone's losing their minds, because we're going to have to go to their place in December, and they are not winning. All
right. It's a pre-match show. Keep to the next game. Yeah. It's not the state of the rest of the union. You know what I mean?
But it's the level of performance that we want to see improve. We've got to see improve. And
listen, you're right, and you can't. You can. What sort of wise man said to me that today, you can kid some of the people some of the time, Albert.
Yep, you can't kiss all the people all the time, mate. That's a fact. And that's what he's trying to do. You can't get away with it, mate. He's not going to get away with it. The only thing that's going to save Michael Beale, and I know we're not going to start this now, it's not about Michael Beale, it's about performance tonight, it's about we're getting a victory and get through to the next round. But the only thing that's going to save the man is keep on winning. He just needs to keep on winning. I don't care what competition it's in, he just needs to keep on winning. And that is one of the hardest things today in any level of football. You just win every game. Difficult, but it needs to be done, and it's quite simple for him, really. There's no black or white, there's no grey areas. It's black or white. You need to keep winning, starting again, and every game it's starting that game. So starting the night, he needs to win this to get into the semis. So it needs to be done. So go on and do it.
Can you give us a team for the people that's joined us late, Albert?
I certainly can. It's Butland, Tavernier, Golson, Davis, and Ridvan. In the middle is Lundstrom and Jack, Cifuentes. Up front is Lammers, Seema and Roof.
Subs?
Subs, McKinnon, Suter, Dessa, Sterling, Wright, Balogun, Barisic, Rice and McKinnon.
I would argue with the options he's got, he's no far away from what most days would have picked. You could debate Barisic and Ridvan all day long, yeah. But it's no far away, mate, yeah.
No, you're right. It's not far away. However, I wouldn't say there's much debate in Barisic versus Ridvan. You want to be putting out the best team you've got. The quarterfinal, Ridvan doesn't start for me. For all the negativity Barisic has had on him over the seasons, we all have to acknowledge that he's played quite well so far this season. And I'm always reluctant to give players opportunities in matches where it's a pretty big game. It may only be the League Cup, but we need to win this to try and kick something off of this season, Ox. I'd have gone Barisic, but let's see what the boy can do. I'll give him the opportunity now. I've already slammed him. He's got to produce, because if he doesn't, you won't see him again for weeks.
Yeah, I know. He's not a run. Southside, when I've talked to Southside, he said he needs to get a run. Can we see if he's any good or not? He always needs a run. Oh, Blair, I've got to laugh. I've just had an email from Castore, who's one of their customers, like the rest is, that says, no, but the opening line, is it? And the subject, yeah?
What is it?
2 days to Rome.
2 days to go?
2 days to Rome.
Days to Rome?
I started the Ryder Cup, obviously, yeah. But no, you're...
2 days to Rome, talking about.
No, your customers,
Jesus.
Huge opportunity. It's obviously the first trophy up for grabs.
I think we've got the manager, so get yourselves in mute and check your emails, Albert.
I will do, mate, I will do.
Let's hear from our manager, Michael Beale.
Michael, Livingston in the Viaplay Cup quarter-final tonight. How big of an opportunity is this for your squad to reach a semi-final at Hampden?
Huge opportunity. It's obviously the first trophy up for grabs this season. It's a chance for us to go back to Hampden and take our fans there. It's the third game in 7 days, and it's one that we've been looking forward to. The moment we got through the last round and we saw the draw, a home draw in a quarter-final, was not much more you can ask for. It's important we take that opportunity now.
How have preparations been in the build-up to this one over the past few days?
Well, good. It's our third game in 7 days. There's not been a lot of time on the training pitch, but we managed to rest a few players at the weekend, so they come in fresh tonight, and it's important they bring that freshness and energy into the team. I think this week's really been a squad game, and we've managed to win games, albeit picking up injuries along the way. So tonight the focus is on the outcome, which is getting our club back to Hampden for a semi-final.
You touched on it there, a few changes tonight, 4 changes. What are you looking to see from the players coming in and from the squad as a whole?
Well, Ridvan obviously did well at St Johnstone, his first start of the season. He's back in tonight, and hopefully he brings us that energy and drive that he can do from the left-back position. Kamar Roof and Abdullah had a nice rest after how well they played against Betis, and we felt at the weekend we could get through the game without them for the majority of the time, and that was proven correct. So they come in with a lot of energy as well, and Ryan Jack's been patient on the sideline waiting for his opportunity, and tonight's a chance for him to really push and stake his claim also.
And the squad, of course, have played Livingston already this season. Do you expect a different challenge at all, given it's the Cup?
Listen, I think they're going to have to go for it at a certain point of the game. We have to respect it's a huge opportunity for them as well. It's 2 teams with an opportunity to get to a semi-final. I'm sure as the game goes on, it will open up. Hopefully the weather doesn't play that much of a part in the game as well. But we know it's going to be a tough game. We know that obviously it's our third game in 7 days, so we need to overcome that. The most important thing is we focus on the outcome, which is getting to the semi-final.
Well, there we go. We'll get players coming back refreshed, Albert.
I will. We're refreshed. Okay, I'll go for that. Well, let's see the energy levels that's in the team tonight with these refreshed players. Because we've put refreshed players in the team every game, because he's never had the same team twice. And it's not happened at the 11th day. We get 10 minutes, then it just all disappears. It's snow off a dike. But there you go. He sounds optimistic. I'll give him that, because he was sounding a bit down and the last couple of times I've listened to him, but he sounds a bit more optimistic now. So we'll see what happens. We all know the game we're expecting, and we all know what type of game we're expecting. No, it's not just Rangers that's going to cause that kind of game. It's two teams, remember.
My problem with the personnel we've got, Juicy, is I get it. I don't know. I really need to think how I would set the team up, but I don't see any width in that team. And not what we're looking for. It looks as if you're looking for Lammers to do to unlock and make the chances, and we've not seen that yet over the piece, if I'm being honest, you know.
Or your man Scott Wright, which it probably won't be.
Well, he's on the bench, mate, after an outstanding performance.
Outstanding. Also, I don't know if you heard the manager there. He only mentioned it about 4 times that they've played. This is going to be 3 games in 7 days. As if
it's 6 days when I went to school, but there we go.
As if that's something that doesn't happen to other teams. As if that's unique for us, and that you should already just get that excuse in case things don't work out. And as Albert says, we chop around the team enough anyway, so you get loads of fresh people playing every other game. So I don't know why he decided to make that point to us in his interview. It's a changed team. He's made a number of changes again. There's a number of fresh players playing. Go and do the business. And he's just got to get it done tonight. He doesn't have any choice. Winning is the only option in this match tonight.
Mm-hmm. I think we'll win. I think we'll win all better. I thought we'd win at the weekend, but obviously the pressure still grow because of the performance. We're looking for a competent, professional, and an entertaining performance, mate.
It's the dominating teams that I'm looking for. The entertainment bit's fine and dandy, but you can play pretty football and not get anything. I'm looking for the dominance of the game, to dominate a team, box them in, they can't get out, they can't hurt you, they're struggling to contain you. I've not seen it for years, right enough, I've got to be honest with you, but that's what I would think. That's what I thought it was expecting this year for Beale, the way he was talking at the end of last year. But we're not seeing it. All I see is big wide open gaps all around Rangers, and the opposition players just getting plenty of space and time on the ball to do exactly what they want. That's what I see. I mean, he's counting Summers, Seema and Roof tonight. There's what, 4 or 5 changes in it. So there you are. There's all the changes you want. There's all the fresh players. We'll see what happens now.
4 changes. 4 changes.
Right, 4 changes. No, 4 changes. It's we'll see what happens then. This is what he's talking about. And Jack's not going to bring energy to the team. Jack plays at one pace now because that's just the way he is now. That's his age. So he's not bringing energy to the team. You forget about that. Looking for Lundstrom to drive the team on in Cifuentes and Lammers to provide the craft and the guile for creating and taking chances. You know, Roof, we know, you create chances for the boy. You get the boy in the box, he'll score. It's a guaranteed certainty he'll score. But the trouble is, we can't seem to get the ball in. We were talking about that today, but creativity for the midfield, it's pretty poor as well. It's pretty poor. Over the season, I'm talking about.
I think Roof's shown an appetite that some of the other players haven't shown, Juicy, in his performances this season so far.
Well, just want to see performances from all the new guys, really. I mean, I'll give a question to your good self, Ox. Who for you has been a standout player for Rangers this season, other than our goalkeeper?
Well, there's only one guy, mate. It's obvious, isn't it? He's played one game, he's been outstanding. Scott, right?
Oh, yes. I forgot. Outstanding. Yeah.
He's in contention for Player of the Year, you understand?
Outstanding.
Just smoking is not illegal.
Right. So if you're talking about our outfield players, because Butland's been my Player of the Season, and that says a lot.
Yes.
But defence hasn't been bad, apart from maybe and
PSV Eindhoven?
Yeah, Eindhoven, because we haven't lost a lot of goals. So they've done reasonably well without being outstanding. The pick of the midfielders of the season so far has been John Lundstrom. And that's including Cantwell and Raskin, who hadn't been great. We're okay, but not great, and we want them back to the players that were back in the last season. Up front, Roof and Matondo have been the pick. Tom Lawrence came back in and we thought we got a new player. We've seen somebody with a bit of intelligence and a bit of craft, but we've not seen enough of him. So if I'm being honest, part of the back four, your midfield, Lundstrom gets pass marks. And when I say pass marks, I'm talking about maybe 6.5. And up front, Roof and Matondo, because Matondo, let's be honest, we thought he was at the door. The rest of them are Danilo, obviously 3 starts, 3 goals, but we haven't seen enough of him and he's been unlucky. Dessers, well, I'll leave that to you, Juicy. Sima has scored a couple of decent goals and been involved in decent moves at times, but hasn't been consistent enough. And the rest have been below average. So there's maybe 4 players out of maybe 16, maybe more, who have had pass marks. Cifuentes started okay. The last few games, he hasn't done a lot. I think I've been fair there all better.
Well, Cifuentes' stamina is shocking, absolutely shocking. Man. I'm gobsmacked at the lack of stamina of that boy. Really, honestly, I thought the boy was already up and running, playing in that league. He was ready to rock and roll. Give him an hour, mate, and he's blown. He's absolutely. He actually done 70 minutes, I think, Saturday, and you can see when he's coming off the park. He's done. He's a spent force. And that shocked me, mate. That shocked me for a midfielder, because midfielders always get great engines, aren't they? Always. They're supposed to be. But aye, your scoring was pretty fair, mate. Pretty fair, pretty accurate. We can't lie about it. No, I mean, what's the point of trying to kid ourselves on that? Or people are playing well when they're not playing well. Hey, by the way, so there's one positive of it, if you think about it. That leaves plenty of room for improvement for everybody. There's plenty of there. It's different if the guys are playing at the top of their game and they're still stinking. That's a different kettle of fish. That means you're a bad player. And that's the best you can play. At least the players you've got now, there's plenty of room for improvement. And let's step into it now.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Let's hear from these.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Come on, give us your thoughts on the team. What you think the shape might be. We had a long debate before the show. Different things and try to get different formations, but when Fox has come up, he's a tactical genius. He thinks it's a 4-3-1-2. That'll be interesting. Juicy, was a fair there? And my thoughts on the players?
Yes, you were very fair. Very fair indeed, sir. And again, I just want to reiterate, we all support this team. We all love them very much. But we know also when we're being hoodwinked by what managers say. We've seen it before. We've lived through the Caccinia era and the Paul Le Guen era. And I'm not too sure if Michael Beale's too far off those guys. His stats are a lot better. Let's be honest about it. His stats are okay. And that's true. And yeah. Remember with Caccinia, he didn't have the availability of the higher budget with the players in terms of the quality. And we'd only just come back into the top league. But Beale has got access to better funds, and he's been able to, pretty much get what he asked. You mentioned better funds. We're always trying to get better callers, but at the moment we've got old Davey. How we doing, Davey?
How you doing, guys? Great to hear you. So I'm glad the boys get. I'm glad the guys get back for you.
He's just back.
Oh God! I was just waiting for the news at 10. Two bears, one up Ben Lomond.
We turned the motor into a canoe, mate, and we're up with Clyde. We didn't know where we're going. The Clyde will take you right into the centre of Glasgow, so you know up with Clyde.
I did say that. On a more serious note, I was very shocked to hear about John Forrest. Seen that guy many times. I know we'll discuss him at a different time, but very, very sad to hear that. Tonight, the team, I think that's the one. That's about the best he could pick. What we've got there. My only problem is who's going to pull the strings in the middle, because I think we'll get too many similar. You know, Sequentis, he's going to turn up and help Lammers. But I think what we're left with, I still think that's quite a decent team for tonight.
If that would have been the team at the start of the season, you know, would you have batted an eyelid? Would have lined up with that team? Everybody been fit? Would you have been looking for Raskin to be playing, Cantwell to be playing? Who else?
Maybe Lawrence,
but we hadn't seen him for a year, so maybe he'd get in it if he was fit. Yeah, Matondo wouldn't have been in your starting 11, would he?
No.
You know. So three players missing. I agree with you, David. I hate to say it, but I agree with you. I don't think there's much options, mate. I think you're spot on. And by the way, great words about Jim Forrest. We'll talk about him tomorrow night, mate.
I think, Ox, that what we'll have to do tonight is we've got to build for that game. We've got to match him for stamina, determination, and getting in about them. Because if we start off the way we finished on Sunday, we're heading for a train crash. But hopefully that'll know. I mean, we also that after the Betis game, they'll turn up and you see where we go. I'm just a wee bit worried about hopefully all the Bears just stay on their side and don't get, as we go dead quiet, just keep encouraging them. Because we've got to cheer them on to the semis, guys.
It looks a lovely night at Ibrox.
No.
Juicy, has David been fair there?
I think Davey, like the rest of us, just wants to see an improved performance that equals with a victory, because that's what we all want. Davey, am I right?
Yeah, definitely. But what about more energy into them?
Yeah. You know, what have we played, guys? Just around a dozen or so competitive matches. That's enough for the so-called gelling period that everyone keeps going on about. However, I keep appreciating also that, as Albert said earlier, he changes the team every week. So certain players actually haven't played together that often. You know, we actually needed some consistency, which I also appreciate doesn't happen when you're getting a lot of injuries as well. So whoever the manager is, that was really unfortunate. But there was no pace in the team at the weekend. There was no, there wasn't that drive to push them forward. And Livingston aren't going to be much different from Motherwell in terms of how they set up. But hopefully they don't push us as much as they did in the last 10 minutes.
I'll be honest, I hope we're sitting relaxing and we've nothing to fear in the last 10 minutes. But as a cup tie, all better, and it could go to midnight tonight if it goes to extra time and penalties.
That's it. I mean, it is a cup tie, and it's a terrible night out there, and a greasy park, windy, all the rest of the naughty stuff. So be careful. Davey said, could be a banana skin. You need to be up for this. You need to be up for it. Because it's going to be a battle. It's definitely going to be a battle. It might be a turgid battle, but it will be a battle. You're not getting away with anything tonight. You need to truly come to the party and show you what you're made of. It's your own character that's on show tonight. It's not just the team, it's your own character, because it's one of these smelly nights that good players that have got a will to win come through these games with flying colours. Other people that have no got the mentality or the winning spirit, they disappear. They'll disappear. They'll actually dissolve like sugar the night on rain. It's one of the ones. So we'll see the night what they're made of, and let's hope they win. I want to win. I don't want Beale sacked, because to get him sacked, it means we need to lose games, and I don't want Rangers to get beat at any time, anywhere, with anybody. So I want a victory tonight, and let's see if we can put a performance on. But victory, you need to win first.
Aye, correct. It's all about winning. It's a cup tie, Juicy. It's all about winning, isn't it? It's all about progressing, we might see if we huffed and puffed. But it's all about getting through, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why, my friend, I don't expect Libby to to set up exactly how they did against us the first time we played in the season, because there'll come a point in the game where they've got to push, and we don't want to be in a situation where we somehow concede and then have to press the game. We need to go a goal up to enable them to open up, as we do with every team outside of the old firm that we play at Ibrox, because the matches are always of a very similar vein, aren't they? And difficult for us to approach. And the only concern that I have about the way we're set up is with the three midfielders there who are all very similar in terms of the style of play. Is that going to be to our detriment? Who's going to be the guy that unlocks this for us?
Well, Cifuentes was meant to take us to the next level, David.
It must be in the stores. Must be in one of the shops. Must be in an escalator.
Aye. Well, it's a chance for him. Maybe
Definitely.
Maybe we've got it wrong. Maybe it could be a 4-1, Albert, and he could be in a more forward role. We'll see what he can do, Crane.
Yeah, I've gave up trying to work out with the formations.
Your brain was blasted before when the team came through, wasn't it?
Oh, they all started getting into numbers, and I'm jeez. Run about the living room and go, not computing. Oh dear. I mean, honestly, I watched the boys' team last night, and pace, energy, skill. There's something similar to the formation that they play with the first team. The same thing. Alloa get gaps all over us. Dominated a wee part of the game. Maybe 20 minutes of the first half, they dominated it. And then the last 5 minutes, they dominated at the first half. Scored a goal, and you're sitting saying it's the exact same thing that's happened in the first team. The difference with the boys' team, they went on and started lifting the energy up again in the second half, especially the last 20 minutes of the second half. Pinging the ball about at speed, by the way. Boys prepared to take with Coslin and the other wee boy Lylan on it, taking players on, running at Alloa. Well, all of a sudden, Alloa just collapsed and the boys just ran right out of tapping them. Superb performance for the boys. Excellent players. Excellent. And I was thoroughly entertained. Worth my fiver to get in, which Southside paid for me, because I'm not allowed it with money. But it was great to see it. And I'm saying to myself, no, the first team, this is what we're talking about. The energy these boys are putting in. I want the first team, the players to put that energy into a game. Excellent. And if the Lammers does want to know how to play the position, watch the wee boy McCausland playing the position for the B team, because the wee boy knows how to do it. Intelligent player, the wee boy. Lovely on the ball. Runs really well with the ball, really well. Pinged a shot. He scored a fantastic goal last night. You'd have done your turn tonight, mate, honestly. Anyway, that was last night. This is the night.
Aye. Well, fair play, and I'm glad you enjoyed that. I'm glad you enjoyed the whole evening. Juicy, who's scoring the goals for us tonight?
Well, Roof is my guy. He's been so unfortunate. He's played well this season when he's been available. He's just been tremendously unlucky with other people being offside for the goals that he scored. So the clinicalness is definitely there. People have just got to feed it to him and actually make sure they're in the correct position, because he will finish when he gets that opportunity. Outside of that, Ox, we could be struggling. He doesn't produce.
David, I want to change the question slightly yourself. But Roof's going to score the goals. Who's going to create the goals?
Well, you've got to look at Lammers and Cifuentes, haven't you? Because, your two holding players are sort of play at the same pace. What's his name? Oh, God. What's his name? I'm getting as bad as on. No, the midfielders.
Lammers.
Aye, Jack and Lumsden to me are very, very similar type, and they're quite, that's the way they play. They don't seem to be able to speed it up a bit. They're good at blocking and things like that. But if it's the goals have to be, it's got to come for either Tavernier, Lammers, a big seamer. Don't. He could be the danger man for us tonight, I think.
Okay. My problem with Jack Lundstrom is the player that goes to the centre halves at times. Albeit when we're in possession, that there's no midfield, and that's one of my criticisms of the way we set up.
That's the big gap. Comes right in the middle of the park, isn't it? Then the opposition usually fill it. And that's when you look with no players on the park. That's what I keep saying. We don't fill the park. We never look if we're strong in any particular area. We're just big gaps all over the place. But for the goals tonight, Ox, I'm looking for Cifuentes, Lammers, Seema and Rufo to score at least one each. I'm definitely looking for these players to step up tonight. Rufo, I'm confident in it, but the other three, they need to come to the party and start scoring.
Right. Oh, there's one good thing for the night. Jussie will no need to water the pitch.
No knows we will.
Yeah, conditions, hopefully that will favour us. A bit of pace on the ball. You'd have loved to see a Ravi Matondo running down that wing, but not to be. Hopefully someone else can step up.
Yep, and hopefully play the game, win the game, another game out the way, all better, till we start getting players back. Hopefully after this game, maybe Beale might be the first one to come back, and then we have a succession of players coming back. Yeah, hopefully.
This is it. We're always holding on for that. The same as last season, mate. We're always holding on for players coming back, and if we could just get the international break, and I'm sick of listening to it. I can't be annoyed with it anymore. Let's just win the games with the players you've got. The players that's going to come back will come back. That's what I'm saying to them. I don't even think some of them should be out, to be honest with you. Here we go again. But we keep putting pressure on, just get to there. And we never ever do get to there. Remember we won Brockers, it was the same with him. If we want to get the winter break, and if we get to there and we never got there, it fell apart the week, I think it was a week or 2 weeks before it, whatever it was, that 1 week where we lost all the points. Now we Beale, it was just get by that, and then we get beat with Celtic there. We're no top of the league now, they're 4 points clear. We need to get this nonsense out of our head and just go, play the game in front of you, win that, win the next one, win that. Forget about the players that's no there. Forget about, we need to get a winter break or an international break or whatever it is. Forget about that blocks of games. Forget about all of that. Just play the game in front of you and win it. That's the end to it. Just win this game. We'll worry about Aberdeen at the weekend, but this game's win it now. I think we're all dealing on them. They're all looking too far ahead. Just concentrate on what we're doing. And if this team here can't beat a Livingston, there's something seriously wrong with these players. Something seriously wrong with these players. Get out there and win this game.
Okay, gentlemen. Last word here. Good self, David, before we go and get set up for a match.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I just hope, as you said, we get the result we're looking for. I'll catch you later, guys. God bless the Jers.
You're here. Jussie Beale.
Let's go get that win, bring it home, so Juicy can have a low blood pressure free evening.
All better does the day, low blood pressure. All better.
Oh, you're right. I don't know when it comes to Rangers. I'm full throttle all the time, mate. Aye, let's bring this home. Let's no mincing about the night, guys. Just get on, mate. Just throw caution to the wind, roll your sleeves up and get tore right into this.
Let's score goals like Jim Forrest should stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Thanks to David for joining us. Thanks to Jussie and Albert for doing the show, Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This is Rangers Radio. We'll be back 15 minutes after the end of the match. Remember, it can go to extra time and penalties. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the game. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Glorious powers of the famous Rangers. when I grow old, all my sons will be like me. We'll follow the greatest club in history, the famous RNC. Na 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 na, na na na, na na na, na na na, na 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 na. The famous RFC. Na 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 na. The famous RFC.